What's up, guys? Bang, bang, lunch money time. It's Friday. Rebecca Black, if you know, you know. Well, while she's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. I am here with the beautiful and intelligent Polina Marinova. She finally has gotten in line and has the uniform on, black t-shirts only. What's up? How are you? How are you feeling about the week?
I feel great.
Yeah?
I didn't know today was Friday. I woke up, I thought it was Thursday, and then I was like, wait, it's Friday.
Does it even matter during quarantine?
Not really.
Not really? Is Saturday better than Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. What's going on with George Soros?
Okay, so remember
The man who broke the British pound.
So do you remember how the other day I was telling you that I really don't like loans? I don't like taking them. I don't like giving them out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, George Soros has an idea on how Europe can recover from the coronavirus crisis. He says that the 27 nation group should issue perpetual bonds, which mean that the principal amount would never be repaid, only the annual interest payments. They're also known as consols. That's not something that sounds like I would like.
Everyone, pay attention. You're watching the intellectual Olympics happen on financial television shows right now. Everybody needs to chill out. We don't need to reinvent all of this nonsense in the financial markets. George Soros is incredibly smart. He's probably one of the best investors in the world. The idea that we are going to issue debt that never has to be repaid.
Isn't that a grant?
Well, hold on. So basically what they're doing here is they're saying, hey, the government should issue bonds. People will buy those bonds. And the government says, we're actually never going to pay you back your initial investment, your principal. We're only going to pay you over long periods of time, the interest. So let's say 0.5% interest. So you give me $1 million, I'll give you $50,000 a year in perpetuity, but I'm never going to give you your $1 million back.
How does that make sense?
Well, you're not an economist, and even you know that that's stupid. And so on top of that, what are they going to do with the $1 million they're raising the bonds? They're going to take it and they're going to give grants to people. Finance does not work under socialism. It doesn't work. It's broken. And so what people have to understand here is the whole idea of investing capital, whether it's in equity or debt, is you take risk.
To get money, get paid back.
True. Get money, get paid. But if you take risk, in order to get the reward, you have to take risk. What everyone is trying to do is they're trying to outsmart thousands of years old mechanisms that we know to be true. Supply and demand economics, risk and reward, etc. Basically, what they want to do here is they want to have 100% of the reward and no risk.
So again, this is not what they want to do. This is George Soros suggesting to them what to do.
You're mistaken. That's not how finance works. George Soros doesn't say this unless George Soros has already had that conversation with people.
Well,
for sure. Because here's the whole thing. At the end of the day, the way the world works is if you give money to somebody and you get nothing in return, you throw off the incentive structure and it leads to bad shit, right? So the whole idea of we're going to give people grants, the US government gave grants in the bailout. 2/3 of the money of the bailout money for the airlines is a grant. If you think that's sustainable, if you think that's a good idea, I completely disagree. The whole idea that they're going to issue bonds and tell bondholders, we're never going to pay you back.
But what kind of, if I'm a regular person buying a bond from the government, what kind of person would do that if they know they're not going to get paid back?
Because the thought process from the bondholder is, okay, I gave you $1 million. You're going to give me $50,000 every year for years and years and years and years. And so I'll make the money that way. What they're missing, though, is that only works if they actually pay you the interest. But the thing you're holding
devalues, guys.
Well, it's just not valuable, right? They've already told you, you're going to give me $1 million. I'm going to give you a piece of paper. You're not getting your $1 million back.
I don't know. Like finance and all this complicated stuff just sounds like really fancy gambling.
In times of crisis, people start to do really dumb things, right? And they get away from the basics because everyone wants to do super exotic, like weird shit and try to be smarter than the market. We know time and again, let the free market reign, take risk, have the upside of reward, take risk, potentially lose your money, and let the market do its thing. Stop trying to short circuit and protect people. Because when you do that, you change the incentive structure. Because now what I'm going to do is say, hey, you know what? I only want to take loans or I only want to give loans where I don't have to get the money back.
Right.
Why should the government be able to do that? Why can't I do that? And you just completely go through the whole waterfall. It's just
So,
dumb.
in other words, to summarize, if your name is not Joe Exotic, you should now be partaking in exotic things.
You brought up a great point, and you should elaborate on this, because for somebody who knows enough about this stuff, you nailed it, which is it's just gambling. It's just risk taking.
I don't know. It sounds very complicated, and the more complicated things get, I feel like somebody's getting screwed somewhere. As a reporter, that is what I have.
To be clear, that's exactly what anytime a billionaire has an idea, somebody somewhere's getting screwed.
Like, had you ever heard of consoles before?
Consoles is I think that I don't think I would agree.
What's going on with my hair here?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know what's going on. It's preparing.
It's
So the whole idea is perpetual bonds is definitely an idea that's been floated before. I've never heard the terminology consoles. I don't know where that came from.
I just said that.
I know, but what I'm saying is perpetual bond is basically another way to say we're never giving you your investment back.
Good to know. If somebody ever wants to give you a perpetual bond, say no, no, no.
Yeah, but if you want to give out perpetual bonds, I'll be the lender.
Say no, no, no.
Oh no, I'll lend you a perpetual bond.
I'm not taking
You give me
it.
your money, I just never give it back.
This is why I'm against loans. Next, gold bars. Okay, so
Polina has identified Wall Street and just tore it down into you guys are all just gamblers. You're not wrong.
Okay.
Get money, get paid.
So these two 10-year-old kids in France were making a fort in their grandparents' house. And they found something wrapped up in old sheets, and it turns out it was 2 gold bars that their grandmother had bought back in the day. They're worth 100,000 euros combined, and they're going to be auctioned off. But it was so funny because until he saw the gold bars, the kid's father thought they had found his mother's antique knife holders.
S'il vous plaît, merci. That's French for get money, get paid. These 2 little 10-year-old kids stumbled upon $100,000 worth of gold.
Kind of said they're not just giving it to the kids. Like, why are they auctioning it off?
Well, I mean, if you're a 10-year-old kid, what are you going to do with 2 gold bars? Actually, there's 2 kids, 2 gold bars. Why don't they just each get 1? See, their mistake was they told their grandfather or their parents or whoever that they found it. If you were a real gangster, you just wouldn't tell anybody you got the gold bars. You just put it in your backpack and go home.
They are very heavy. They're like 1 kilogram each.
What is that song?
No.
You know what I'm talking about in French?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
That something about threesomes. I know that song. All right. Anything else about gold bars?
No,
By the way,
it's not about threesomes.
Yes, it is. What is it about?
It means, do you want to sleep with me tonight? That's what it means.
A threesome, whatever. Same thing. I knew this was about sex.
There are children watching this program. You need to calm down.
Earmuffs, little kids. Remember the 2-year-old who goes bang bang? All right, what's going on with Magic Leap?
So, okay, this is absurd because at this point, if Magic Leap can raise more than $3 billion, I should be able to raise more than $3 billion.
They raised 350.
No, they raised 350 million on top of their previous 2.6, I think. 2.6 billion.
Well, they just fired 50% of their staff. That's the big news.
So do you remember Magic Leap was trying to get sold? Looks like nobody will buy it. Who the hell is giving this company $350 million?
So, well, hold on, back up for a second. Magic Leap basically is a company that has built, it's a VR or AR, so virtual reality or augmented reality. You put it on and you can see cool stuff. So literally everything from in an operating room, you can see a heart beating there, and then you can walk around it and do all this kind of stuff, palpating. And then you can also do things like go into full VR, all this kind of stuff. It supposedly has the best technology that a lot of people have seen, but they've never actually launched it publicly. And so they've raised over $3 billion. They were trying to get bought for $10 billion a couple of weeks ago.
That ain't happened.
The reason why, right, again, to understand the mechanisms of how fundraising works, if you raise $3 billion, those investors want a return on their money. So you can't just sell for $3 billion. You got to sell for more. 3x that is, around $10 billion. Nobody did it. So then they turned around and said, oh, we're going to cut 50% of our staff. They fired about 1,000 people.
They're blaming COVID.
Of course, everyone's going to blame COVID. They cut 1,000 people and they just raised $350 million. Now, I actually don't have a problem with this. And I think that what happened, if I remember correctly, is it's an inside round. Inside round meaning
they didn't disclose who the investors are, so I don't know if it's an inside round.
I read the internet. I think it's an inside round.
Ah.
And so basically an inside round means that the existing investors invest more capital. They don't go out to other people. And it's kind of like your pot committed, right? It's kind of one of these things where you're like, okay, I've already invested $2 billion or $2.5 billion.
You know what it's like? It's like when you're in a bad relationship and you're like, oh shit, I've already been in this relationship for 6 years. I have to keep investing instead of cutting your losses and getting the hell out of here. And that is what the Magic Leap investors do not understand. Just call me and I will explain.
Did she just say that she's in a bad relationship?
No, not me, just in general.
Oh, okay. All right.
Also, we haven't been together for 6 years.
You're lucky that you haven't been with me for 6 years. By that point, you'll be crazy.
Next thing you know, I'm like, America, freedom. And I'll be like, wait, what? And it's like, oh, I've been with him for 6 years. That's how I talk now.
You don't already believe in that stuff?
I believe in it. I just don't yell it, off the rooftop.
Hey, somebody's got to say it. So will you start explaining all of the financial concepts in relationship terms?
I can do that.
Yeah. All right. So what's going on with Man in the Arena?
Well, that's not a financial thing.
Okay. What is that?
Tom Brady has a new docuseries on ESPN, and it'll document his journey to each of his 9 Super Bowls. Damn, he went to 9 Super Bowls?
So this is like Keeping Up with the Kardashians for sports?
Wait, can I tell them?
Yeah, of course.
Last night we watched.
Watched is an aggressive term.
He was pretending to work, and I would just see peeking out the Kardashians' 10-year anniversary or something.
TV special.
A TV special, yes, on 10 years.
They're wild. I didn't know a bunch of stuff. They're wild. They all look very different too. There's a lot of magician work going on, their faces and stuff. I don't know what happened, but there's some stuff going on there. My favorite person, though, is the reason why it caught my attention is there's the guy. What's the guy's name?
Scott Disick.
Yeah, that guy. He didn't give a F at all. He was just literally, you see, kid show. And so he was just sitting there on set, and he had his feet propped up on a table and his hands back, and he was just yelling stuff. And I was like, this guy literally does not care.
He's just one of those people that's trying to hang on for his dear life to the Kardashians because they made him famous, and that's it.
It's all right. Okay. Kylie's the real gangster. She sold $1 billion.
He loves Kylie.
Yeah, because she's a genius. It's all right. Man in the Arena. Are you going to watch this?
So I kind of
want to. Are you into the Keeping Up with the Kardashians for sports?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Did you think that The Last Dance was well done?
Well, after reading how all the co-players...
Teammates.
Oh, teammates. I was going to say
co-players.
Colleagues in the game. So Michael Jordan's teammates, how upset they were with the documentary and called it Michael Jordan's propaganda. I really hope that the Super Bowl special is a little bit more objective.
It won't be. When you're the greatest to play your position or the greatest to play your sport, you can do whatever you want.
What did I tell you?
You get to rewrite history.
So the title of this is The Man in the Arena, Tom Brady. What did I tell you this morning when I woke up?
The Woman in the Arena.
I got upset that he stole my title.
Title for what?
For my documentary.
What documentary are you making?
I'm going to make one about my life. And it was going to be called The Woman in the Arena, but now Tom Brady's got to take it.
Do you want to tell them what my brothers thought when we first started dating?
No.
My brothers were convinced that Polina was only hanging out with me to write a hit piece on me. They were like, yo, be careful.
But how badass would that be? After a year or two, and I'd be like, oh, just kidding. This was just for an article, but thank you very much for your time and service.
That wouldn't be funny at all. My brothers were literally concerned. They were texting me and calling me. So I'd be like, yo, be careful, be careful.
Because I'm such a gem. Why would I be hanging out?
Yeah, they were like, one, you're way out of your league. And 2, hit piece incoming.
Oh, you're out of your league. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Let's move on.
All right, Bill Gates. Speaking of out of our league, Bill Gates.
Who knows? I'm still not working on a piece. Bill Gates. So Bill Gates every year releases some of his favorite books, and he just dropped the 5 summer books special. You see what I did?
DJ Polina is not going to have a job for very long.
So they're very interesting. I even already bought one of them. I want to read this one.
Didn't this just come out today?
Yeah. Well, no, a few days ago, but I read it today. But
okay.
So one of the books he recommended is The Choice. And it's partly a memoir and partly a guide to processing trauma. It's about this woman who was 16 years old when she and her family got sent to Auschwitz. I don't know.
That's the book you bought?
No, that's not the one. But I will get this one.
Are you going to go through every book right now?
No,
Okay.
I want to say, he says the best business book he's read in a very long time is The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger.
So the choice, Cloud Atlas, The Ride of a Lifetime, The Great Influenza, and Good Economics for Hard Times. Those are the books that he suggested. Bill Gates, smart dude, real smart guy. Lots of questions about what he's trying to do sometimes, but definitely a smart guy. Do you buy into any of the population control conspiracies about Bill Gates?
No. We're not doing conspiracies.
It's not conspiracy. It's not conspiracy theory. Do you want to know what one of the most interesting data points on that whole thought process is? Ted Turner, who is the founder of CNN and Turner Broadcasting and stuff, he has I think it's an autobiography that he wrote, and in it he talks about how overpopulation is going to be one of the greatest negative impacts on the world. And that's actually and also a strain on food supply.
And that's why we moved to Mars.
No, but he became the largest private landowner in the United States or North America. And he's also, I think, the largest owner of bison in the world, because it was all about how do you get food, right? And like replenish the food supply. But it's all because of population concerns. And so the thought process is that Bill Gates and other rich people understand that population control, not in the like, we want to control your mind, but in the sense of if there's just too many people and not enough resources, like you actually decrease the quality of life. It's crazy.
Okay.
Which book are you going to read?
I haven't decided yet, but I think that
one. Didn't you just buy one?
I'm not going to tell you which one.
Which one did you buy? Come on.
Guess.
Come on, tell me.
No.
Hurry up. We're running out of time.
I'm going to get The Choice.
Oh, but you didn't get it yet.
No.
Okay. Did you just lie to us? Do you guys see it? Did you just lie to us?
No, I got another book.
What'd you get? Tell us quick.
I got this one.
Which one? Oh my. Go ahead. Admit your sins to the people.
It's if you guys know.
No, what's the title?
Hold on a second. If you guys know the app Headspace, it's about the guy who started it. He was a monk, and it's a part memoir, part he was a skeptic about meditation, and I want to learn more.
What's the
Headspace
title? Guide
to Meditation and Mindfulness. But
sounds
I'm also gonna get The Choice.
Sounds like some voodoo nonsense.
It's not voodoo, it's woo-woo.
Whatever, woo-woo, voodoo, whatever you want to call it. It sounds like nonsense.
Guys, every time I try to so I'm trying to do yoga because I need to. I don't know. I like yoga. So when I'm like, do you want to do yoga with me? He's like, is that like stretching?
Yeah, I don't understand. Why don't you just call it stretching?
Well, it's not stretching. I mean, it is stretching.
No, it is stretching. But like, why do you have to come up with a new name for it? Just call it stretching. First of all. Second of all, meditation. I hear everyone talks really great benefits. I'm sure many of you do meditation for whatever reason. I just fall asleep every time.
He does. You breathe like
every time I've ever tried it, I just fall asleep. Like I'm like, yeah, this is super peaceful. See ya. And I just fall over.
That's not a bad thing.
Is it? But like, aren't you supposed to get the benefit by not falling asleep?
I don't know.
Every time I meditate, which is all like 4 times I've tried it, I've fallen asleep.
You should try it again.
I might try it tonight as I'm laying in bed right before I go to bed.
Sorry, that just like put me to sleep. Okay.
You see how the effect I have on her? All right. Any other comments for the people before we get into the lunch money for the week? Nothing?
I don't think so. Do you have something?
No, I'm still shook by all of your
guys. We should
antics.
We should start a hashtag. Not free Paulina. We should start a hashtag like co-host Paulina or Paulina for co-host or host.
Are you trying to do a hostile takeover? All right, guys, listen.
Hostily take over because I see in the comments the people are upset. They have spoken. They are saying I am not a special guest. I am the star. Oh, hashtag Paulina the star.
You know what? I'll play your game. We're giving away $100. It's a little lunch money for somebody. Take the URL for this video, tweet it, use hashtag Polina the Star, and tell me what the most annoying thing that Polina does on the show.
No.
And I will pick the best entry.
You're gonna pick
for $100. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Take the URL, tweet it, hashtag Polina the Star, and tell me the most annoying thing that Polina does on this show. And I will pick a winner and we'll give you $100. You can go to lunch, save it, do whatever you want with your family once we get out of quarantine.
You know what the most annoying thing I do is? Putting up with you.
That wasn't a good joke. All right, guys. Friday, lunch money time. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. Come back on Monday. Maybe we'll both be here, or maybe it'll just be me. See ya.